It all began as a love story, one of those that seemed taken straight from a fairy tale, where two opposing souls meet and defy destiny to be together. Bella Swan, an ordinary human, and Edward Cullen, an immortal vampire, lived the impossible. But love, though eternal, sometimes brings a darkness that cannot be ignored. When Bella decided to become a vampire, she thought it would be the beginning of endless happiness. Edward had warned her. Immortality not only grants power, but also awakens insatiable desires. At first, everything seemed perfect. Bella quickly adapted to her new life, even surpassing the challenge of controlling her thirst for human blood. But within her grew something no one, not even Edward, could foresee: a dark and dangerous ambition. The first time Bella tasted human blood, it was an accident. At least that's what she told herself. One afternoon in the woods, while hunting with Edward, they came across an injured hiker. The scent of fresh blood filled the air, and before Edward could stop her, Bella attacked. It was quick, instinctive. When her lips touched the man's skin, she felt a sensation that filled her with euphoria and power. Edward was horrified, but Bella felt that for the first time, she understood what it meant to be a vampire. "I don't understand, Edward," she said that night, as he looked at her in sadness. "Why should we hold back? This is who we are." Edward tried to reason with her, but Bella wasn't interested in listening. Something inside her had changed. At first, she tried to hide her nightly escapades. She claimed she was hunting deer, but in truth, she sought human prey, people she deemed unworthy of life. Criminals, vagrants, anyone who could disappear without a trace. But soon that excuse wasn't enough. Alice Cullen, with her gift of foresight, was the first to realize what was happening. One night, in the family's living room, she confronted Bella in front of everyone. "Bella, I saw something, a vision. If you keep down this path, you'll destroy everything." Bella stared at her without blinking, her calmness chilling the room. "You can't stop me, Alice. None of you can." At that moment, the Cullen family was divided. Edward, desperate to save the woman he loved, tried to stay by her side, believing he could redeem her. But Carlisle and Esme knew Bella's darkness was irreversible. One day, without warning, Bella left the Cullens and disappeared. For months, rumors of a new vampire clan began to spread. They were unlike the Cullens. They didn't hide, didn't pretend to be human. They were predators, led by a queen who knew no mercy, Bella Swan. Her name was now synonymous with terror. The new members of her clan came from everywhere. Rogue vampires who had lived in the shadows for centuries, outcasts who finally found a home under Bella's reign. Her vision was clear. They should no longer hide. Humans existed to serve them, and the world would be theirs if they had the courage to take it. Each attack was methodical, leaving entire cities paralyzed with fear. Bella's vampires didn't just hunt, they turned the strongest and manipulated the weakest to work for them. When Bella returned to Forks, it wasn't to visit her father. It was to take him with her, forever. She found Charlie Swan in the kitchen of his house, sipping a cup of coffee like any other night. "Hi, Dad," she said, her voice sweet but tinged with something unsettling. Charlie turned, surprised but happy to see her. "Bella, for heaven's sake, I didn't know you were coming." She approached slowly, her red eyes glowing under the dim light of the room. "You don't have to fear me, Dad. I can give you eternity. You'll never be alone again." Charlie, confused and frightened, tried to reason with her. "Bella, this isn't right. This isn't you." But Bella was no longer the girl he had raised. She was something else, something monstrous. News of Bella's return quickly reached the Cullens. Edward knew he couldn't ignore her anymore. He had to stop her, even if it meant confronting the woman he loved. He found her in the meadow where they used to meet in the past. Bella was waiting for him, her figure shrouded in shadow, with a smile that mixed love and cruelty. "Edward," she said, her voice soft as a whisper, "I knew you'd come. Bella, I love you, but I can't follow you down this path." She tilted her head, her expression hardening. "Then walk away, because I won't stop." The battle was inevitable. The Cullens, led by Edward, faced Bella's clan. It was a fierce fight, filled with loss and betrayal. When Edward finally managed to corner her, his eyes filled with tears that would never fall. "I told you I would die for you, Bella, and today, I will." Bella killed him. In the moment she saw Edward collapse before her eyes, something inside her broke. She realized she had lost more than her humanity. she had lost her soul. But there were no tears because monsters don't cry. Now Bella Swan reigns as a dark legend, the vampire who walked for love and ended up devouring it. Her rule didn't stop there. In the shadows, she planned total expansion, conquering cities and sowing chaos wherever she went. The Volturi, guardians of the vampire order, finally took note of her threat. But even they, with their ancient power, knew that facing Bella was an immense risk. As her ranks grew and fear spread, the human world began to suspect that something dark was lurking in the shadows. In every corner of the planet, Bella left her mark. In her dreams, she still heard Edward's voice, reminding her of the love they once shared. But that echo was a constant reminder of what she had sacrificed in her quest for power. And though her heart no longer beat, the emptiness in her chest was undeniable. Bella Swan's reign was only just beginning, ushering in an era of darkness that would forever change the balance between humans and vampires.